Hello again, my most esteemed viewers. My name is Jekyllstein Gray, and we are finally continuing our playthrough of To the Moon. So, just a fair warning. So first of all, So, I think in the last video I used high-functioning autism as a phrase. I've always kind of been uncomfortable with that. I think that I should make a whole video about it. There's going to be I'm going to do a lot of like introduction stuff that'll probably do talks videos about it. One of the things that sorry. One of the things that I want to talk about, come on. I don't have, so I do think that I would like something, not, something different, a better phrase, but I'm going to use high functioning when it's relevant, just as a, sorry. I'm going to use high functioning as a, when it's relevant because I don't have anything better to say. Anyway, and also there's going to be discussions of applied behavioral analysis. So if you're autistic and you don't want to hear about that, I totally understand. You can leave. If you're neurotypical and you don't know what that is, or you're defensive, please don't go. This is really important, and I have something to say, and I would like you to hear my words. Yes, they do. Yeah. Ironically, he's kind of not. And Johnny, well, we'll get to Johnny. The incident. So the rabbits. This is foreshadowing, people. So she didn't even talk to Isabel about it. Yeah. I'm always right, John. Gotta talk to the bartender. I think he does in the second game, But I can't remember. They're so wonderful. So this is a like pickled olives bar. He's like, whatever. And freeze. I know. Freeze. Oh, shut your mouth. I do like how Eva has a fun, snarky side. Hulk smash! Neil, seriously. Honestly, sometimes their antics do kind of hurt the mood a bit. Aside from the beginning, that's the biggest criticism I have of this. I don't think I was supposed to do that. Ah, frick. Alright. Let's activate it and keep jumping back. Oh, this part. Man, I love this game, you know, even though it's on RPG Maker and it kind of is limited by that. Not just because it's pixel art, but because of the specific art style. Cracking nutcrackers! You are an Australian? Who cares? It still manages to look amazing sometimes. Ava, what the bleep? Wuss. I love River's design. She's like, well, I'll talk about her design probably in a video, another talks video I want to do, kind of as a retrospective, with an emphasis on autism. Took you long enough. Interesting, depending on what... Interesting when you remember what happens to... well, if you know what happens with the two scientists. I suppose so. That's also foreshadowing. Alright. Clickety clackety. Here we go. There we go. Sorry for I'm not doing the analysis. Then again, it might be nice considering I do have a plan to go into Soapbox once, well, at least for one part. It's funny. I'm kind of agoraphobic, but only only in cases where I feel like I can fall off. So there's a place called Angel's Landing in Zion National Park that a lot of the older cousins and adults go up to, and my extended family goes there, and I have never gone, and I will probably never go, because it is terrifying. I actually would also watch that episode, and I haven't even seen Doctor Who, so I've seen like one episode. This music is appropriate for the tone it's trying to set. It's not appropriate for what's actually happening, though. It'll make sense later. Yeah, there's something more going on here. Yeah, she is. There's the platypus. Come on, I wanted to get all the things. Yes, it is. Got another puzzle. And another ideal thing. Something. Another ideal puzzle solve. Number of solutions. There we go. First try! The soundtrack in this game frickin' slaps. So good. Yeah, I mean, I laugh, but I do also sometimes wonder that. I'm like, how do people like roller coasters? Those things are terrifying. Whee! Moving the mouse. Don't ever say, "Are you insane?" Yeah, well, she didn't even know you, first of all. Second of all, it's her freaking hair! Okay, this is one of the parts where I'm gonna have to, with his political. Sorry, this is gonna be a bit political. Not explicitly, but yeah. Yeah, I know I do. Oh yeah, we do feel things. I mean, he doesn't have to sometimes he can just ask her. Okay, here it is. Yep. That's the only way. That is literally, I've heard people tell me, oh, you don't seem autistic. You don't seem, and I'm like, yeah, because I had to spend hours and hours of my life, time that was taken out of my education otherwise, just so I could obey these ridiculous social norms. That me not obeying didn't hurt anyone beyond making them uncomfortable, but why does it make them uncomfortable? It's just a thing that is abnormal, and the human brain isn't like that, but the human brain can also learn to adjust, Yeah. Me too, sister. I am not quite as I'm somewhere in between River and Isabel. The the okay, so the applied behavioral analysis, at least I think it's broader than what I'm talking about, but in my case refers to a technique developed in the 1960s that was a way of trying to get autistic people to behave quote unquote normally. it is. There are a lot of it's funny because I wouldn't blame you if you hadn't heard about it outside of if you don't really know any autistic people or you don't have autistic kids. It is a fiercely debated topic. I shouldn't even say debated. I am 100% against it. I think it is absurd. And okay, so a lot of autistic people say it's abusive, and a lot of parents of autistic people who send their kids to ABA get really defensive about that, and I actually understand why, because I think that the phrase it is abusive. I think the parents think that means they are being abusive parents, and they aren't, at least not intentionally and in the way that it's normally portrayed, But so if you are watching this and your kid is going to ABA, I don't think you are a bad person at heart, but I'm also a consequentialist, so I judge people by their actions, not their character, because I don't know what's in your heart, and I think that good intentions are oftentimes used to dispel bad like behavior and bad bad actions, doing bad. So if your kid is in ABA and and you meant to do it, you meant perfectly well when you did it, I'm sorry, you still have to, you got to take him out you got to take him out. Otherwise, I can't, I can understand it and sympathize with you now, but I can't. If you especially if you didn't know, but if you hear this now, I mean, it is brutal. It is like ridiculously brutal. And even if it wasn't, even if it was just you snap your fingers and then you're quote unquote normal, what gives you the right to do that? What, like, if you could snap your fingers and make someone not be gay, it would still be wrong to do it on someone else without their permission, So what gives you the right to do that? Like, the person who founded it also said, and there's links to stuff like this in the description, to links to my sources and whatnot in the description. The person who did it, who started it, said that we aren't people until we met the criteria that he decided on. And also, I just want to, this is pretty unrelated. But it's similar. Why is there no academic theory for not just autistic people, but neurodivergent people in general? I'm at a complete loss in regard to this, because by academic theory, I mean like something in regards to feminist theory or critical race theory or, the reclaimed slur theory. I feel like I should be okay with saying it because I've heard other people, but I also don't feel comfortable. Anyway, I asked that question on Facebook, and I don't think anyone had any reason why. People were just like, I just heard people say like, yeah, we should change that. So yeah. So I mean, again, applied behavioral analysis is brutal, and even if it wasn't, it was wrong. TL too long didn't watch. If that's the case. Anyway. Back to the game, and I don't want to go too much of a downer, because I don't know. I kind of feel like this game isn't. I kind of feel like I shouldn't be talking about this while I'm playing this game, but on the other hand, I don't really. I feel like I kind of have to. Let's see. There's actually some dynamism in this scene that you. I mean, you can't expect everyone to remember everyone's faces. That you don't get in most of it, just having him walk over. The Emperor's new clothes. Of course. Just for different reasons. Yeah. Yep. A lot of our experience, at least my experience, I shouldn't speak for all autistic people, but a lot of it is me just looking at this and going, why the Emperor has no clothes on and you are all pretending this way, even after we say, Okay, this is an interesting thing because this sinister music is kind of the opposite of what River is doing. This is actually there's actually some sinister undertones to this. But it doesn't seem like this is one place where the music is appropriate, but it doesn't seem like that if you're just seeing this for the first time. Yes. Really? Sort of. I actually do know what this is. Just because I played the game for so long. I actually don't think it's right. I think it's... I did read Animorphs, but, I did read them when I was a kid. I don't remember. I never, read them all. And I don't remember, but I think I read on TV tropes that it's actually wrong. That yeah. I do kind of like that. I will say I don't know. It's interesting. Huh, I didn't think I was going to get that one right. But I did. Alrighty. I do need to remember go save your childish jabs for the insecure. That's such a great that is such a great line. And a great retort. Although it wouldn't be How do I? There we go. It wouldn't be. It wouldn't be true in my case because I am very insecure. See, just now, I was wondering whether that laugh sounded authentic enough. So, you know. I love it how she just says yes and no. You know, she doesn't leave anything to, because we're pretty literal thinkers, you know, and sometimes, you know, like there was one thing I saw on Twitter where someone was like, you know, when someone asks you, fellow autistic people, when someone asks you like, what are you playing or what are you watching? They're not asking what you're playing or what you're watching. They're not asking you to describe it. They're asking if they can play or watch with you. And I'm like, then just ask that. Like, I don't know. The rare instance where Johnny actually understands. Wait, if I click on them, can I skip this? Well, I don't want to skip it, though. Yeah, and that is why I don't go to dances. That and because I always just end up sitting in the corner and not, really being too scared to talk to anyone, and sometimes overwhelmed by all the lights and sounds. Of course, the latter wouldn't have been an issue in this case. I also love that because she's not doing the ritual, but she's still, doing the ritual, if that makes any sense. She's not using the exact words that you're supposed to use, but she's still doing what you're supposed to do, I'm not sure that's true, Watts. Okay, yeah, I am, I have my problems with Eva. I will express them later. Move. There we go. Not right now. Joey. Yes, you do. I know you do because I've played the whole game. Let's keep going. I always feel like when I get to this wedding scene that there should be more things to interact with, more memory orbs than there actually are. Partly because I always forget that it's linked to the actual wedding scene. I mean, yeah, well, okay, sorry. I shouldn't spoil it. So we're actually making some good progress. And roadkill. Ugh. I remember back when I was running cross country, there was a phase when there was this dead skunk on the bike path, and no one cleaned it up, and every day I would just see it go through stages of decomposition. So I guess I hope you weren't eating while you're watching this. Don't not ride this horse. Quit wasting time, Neil. Oh crap! That can't be good. Help me! This is not in the job description. I actually wonder if we would see this person's face if it was River's memory. Yeah. I honestly don't know. I don't understand how equine therapy would work, but then again, everyone's brain is different, and no one actually has all the symptoms. For instance, a lot of autistic people are aversion to touch. Like if someone else touches them, it sets them off. I am not 19% more than I can handle. So here we have one of the first thanks. Here we have one of the first we have one of the first whoa, okay, that was weird. Frozen mid-sprite animation. There it goes again. Sweet. Wait, can I? I don't know if I've ever tried this before. I can. Yes! Yes! Another reason to love this game. I think I have to press... No, that's not... Oh my gosh. That is awesome. Okay, I don't know how to get off though. I can't remember. I've played this game like 5 times and I can't remember. Oh man. Oh man, just when you thought you couldn't love your favorite game anymore. Wait, the horse disappeared with her too. Okay, serious time now. So this is actually something that I want. I actually kind of called BS when I first saw this. But then I was like, well, maybe it was I think it's interesting how they call her Ms., whereas the pastor called her Mrs. So I think this might be because she's a woman, because women with autism are much less visible, and they have they're socialized differently, like in a way so they don't act out. So Tony Atwood, this is one of the this is where it goes from like basically confirm but heavily implied, but basically confirmed that it's autism, to just straight up confirmed. Again, she needs to make sure that that anyone. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have laughed, I guess, but that was a oh man, I know, I like, oh, River, rather than, yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of things to not like about Johnny. I will I'll get into that when they become more obvious and relevant. Let's see. Yeah. Maybe there's another reason it... I honestly don't know why it's just not silenced. Ticking clocks don't bother me. What does bother me is motorcycles, I guess that, that explains the motorcycles. Well, sorry, I don't like it, being next to a motorcycle or a car that just like, like the engine gets really loud really suddenly. And I don't think anyone really likes it, but that causes me to tense up, and I have to take a minute to calm down. So now we're in his teenage years. Oh boy. I know. I was like, hey! Maybe there wasn't. Maybe all the other movies were worse. I don't know what QED is. And I don't really want to look it up. I have heard of it. Grammar, my dear Watson. Prepositions, my dear Watson. At least there's no olives this time. Okay, this actually brings up something. I forgot about this part. This brings up something that I do want to mention, though, and that's, as much as I say, like, there are some things that you just gotta put up with, on a moral level, with autistic people. Sometimes, that doesn't mean that everything they do is okay or shouldn't, like, this is an innocent misunderstanding, but I do think that he has a right to tell her, like, hey, I don't. Well, okay, I should let her explain herself. So she I can see why she came to that conclusion. Also, I love the way her eyes dart around. Just got to point that out. The way she makes occasional eye contact, and that is something that I still do. Despite all I didn't go through ABA. I feel like I should make that 100% clear. I went through something, a version that was not torture, basically. Anyway, and I am, if I'm not sounding angry about this, it's because I am furious about ABA. I'm just trying to tone it to tone it down, because I want to. Unfortunately, a lot of times when you just get angry, even if it's completely justified, like, autistic people are 100% in the right about ABA, and there is no real justification for it. The problem, and I understand, like, I get the like, I have, gotten really angry about this before. I also think that sometimes that completely justifiable anger gets perceived poorly by the dominant people in society, in this case neurotypicals. What else was I gonna say? But I also think, I don't know, I understand why he's like this, and I think it's okay for him to be like, look, that's not going to work for you, basically. And because he's also not, like, trying to take away a part of her personality and her identity, He's like, because I don't think she really minds me. Well, I mean, she doesn't, because spoiler alert, she goes and sits with it next to him, And there are so many people who, there was one time on Twitter, where someone was like, a couple people were saying, saying something really misogynistic. I can't remember what exactly. It's the internet. Those misogynistic comments tend to all sort of blend together after a while. And I was like, hey, don't do that. And and then someone was like, oh, they're autistic, so they shouldn't be, they shouldn't be, they need love and understanding, not criticism. I'm like, no, I'm on the spectrum, and they get to, that doesn't mean you're immune to criticism. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that there are some things that you just can put up with. Like stimming and literal mindedness, basic stuff that's not like crappy ideas are still crappy ideas regardless of who's saying them. Anyway, I've heard there was another time I saw someone be like, oh, Greta Thunberg, the left is using her. And I'm like, you wish the left could use her. She's not. She's doing this all by herself. I mean, I kind of agree with her here. I can see why she's doing it, and I think that this is actually a huge jerk move. Screw you, dude. Yeah. Just trying to point out that you can do that. You can erase people from the memories. But if you want to do that, and I actually usually end up doing it, but time. I do have some sense of when I need to not indulge in everything. A little bit. What? No! You weren't supposed to... That wasn't what was supposed to happen? Ah, well. I mean, I have a soft spot for platypuses due to one semi-aquatic egg-laying mammal of action. Oh man, I need to watch that show again. It's been a while. There are some parts that haven't aged well, but overall it's... Look, maybe this wasn't such a good idea. This is one thing I mentioned in my incels video about how this is one of the reasons I asked the question. Like, autistic women, do you get these kind of, because a lot of I feel like the general script is, and I might be completely wrong here because as I've established, I don't understand a lot of social scripts, but I think, and roles and whatever, but I think the idea is the woman, sends signals to the man that she's interested, and then the guy goes up and talks to her, and then the problem is if you miss those signals, then you feel like no one likes you, even if you did. There was one example, I keep bringing this up, where someone was apparently checking me out in like 8th grade. Someone my age in 8th grade was checking me out in when I was in Westminster Abbey, and I'm like, yeah, I mean, part of it is just like, she didn't know this, but when I'm in a place like Westminster Abbey, I'm not really thinking about dating, and also the oh yeah, that it was. Oh no. She would not say yes and really mean no. I don't think she would throw an encyclopedia. But I also, this is one part where I think this is more about gender than autism. in gender roles, because I actually sympathize a lot more with. This is one of the rare instances where I understand. I feel more like Johnny than I do like River. Yes. Because you didn't ask her a question. Cool platypus. Book. Platypuses? Platypi? Platypeople? Lighthouses. 16 second order Frenzel lens light. Oh yeah. She's got the memory. Which is good if you like memorizing romantic poetry like Ozymandias, like yours truly. There's no date or time. She's interested. She just doesn't know the date or time. If I think this is a yes. Oh, great. Never mind. The deets. Work out the deets at a later date. I'll just go. What? What are you looking at me for? You think I'm going to call out how utterly awkward that was? Well, just forget it. I'm not giving into your expectations. Yeah. Oh, come on. It's the most ambitious crossover in history. Whoa, what is that? Why is it off the screen? I think it's because of OBS. I'm sure you can read it. I'm terrible. That's terrible. I know. Well, yeah. Any jerk move is I love this logic. I don't know. I just find this hilarious. Leonardo da Vinci trained by drawing eggs. Barrows are like very big eggs. Therefore, you will all be very big Da Vincis. I don't know. I just find that hilarious. I can kind of relate. I love this. In certain classes, this is actually this. I kind of feel like I'm bragging, and I'm not but I don't know. I'm just gonna say, in certain classes, I do end up being the like anyone but him, kind of guy that the teachers always try and find someone else. Certainly not all classes. I am also the like, here's all the information. Yeah, they are. I don't have that kind of memory. Well, I could memorize a passage like that. Oh, damn. So, are they looking at what I... Alt F4? Wait, what? Is that, like... Are they looking at what I think they're looking at? And if so, why, And if so, why are they doing it in the middle of class? I don't know. We walk through the door of time. Woo! That looked like, I mean, she was definitely in the situation that I was. I mean, not always. There was a phase where I actually did have a kind of group of friends. There was a school year, and then they all got in different lunch periods, and then I ended up sitting by myself, which honestly sometimes is what you need. But sometimes it can be lonely. This guy, he's like, I have to wait several years for Mass Effect to come out. Nick is interesting at this phase because he's, at first glance, he's like super, like super general man, supposed to be the all of society. But he's actually pretty insightful. Exactly. So this is kind of exposing. This is actually brilliant because this is exposing up to, for especially in the beginning, and it was all pretty much all Johnny, and then as more and more time passes, you get to know River better, and that kind of, and then we have this exchange, and that kind of exposes a problem in a lot of media about autistic people, which is that it almost always focuses on the effect that the autistic people have on neurotypicals in their lives. And that's not necessarily a bad thing, because I mean, no one is an island, and, I certainly affected the neurotypicals who I love in my life. But that being said, when it's all about them, and when it's all, and when those types of stories are all that's being made, it's all a, it is all a, it's, sorry, what was it? I lost the train of thought again. It's all, when it's all about you basically, eventually it starts seeming less like a character trait or a part of an identity, being autistic, and it ends up being more of a like it ends up being more of a like they end up becoming like tools, basically. Yeah, Nicholas is like, jeez, dude. No, you don't. You don't have the first clue what you're doing. I mean, I actually get both sides. I think everyone is unique in terms of they have their own worldview and life experiences. Everyone perceives the world a little bit differently. Yeah, seriously. That wasn't exactly my experience, but then again, I was actually voted. I actually couldn't believe this. I was actually voted Mr. Congeniality for my superlatives. I didn't really understand why, but the I don't really know why, but come on. Oh, right clicking. That's the secret. And I got the key. The question is, why is River carrying it everywhere? Kame? Overwhelming's sake. Hame? Hey! Not cool, Eva. You never cork-blork someone in the middle of a Kamehameha. What? She's just like, what are you talking about? $64. Rosa, that was so, or not Eva, not Rosa, Rosalie, Dr. Rosalie and Eva. That was weak. That was like such a weak. That was like a. Oh boy, this is rough. Okay, I guess the couch gave me some. Yeah, you're pretty easily impressed. Books. Wait, what was the smudge titles? Yeah, because he probably doesn't remember all the books on the bookshelf from like 9 decades ago. I don't know how old he is or how old he is at this point. He's old. I'm honestly surprised he still remembers that he had a bookshelf. Aha! It's almost like I've had a lot of practice with these. Smells like roadkill again. Eva? Eva! Bam, 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 bam. Oh, if you think this game plays weird with time and the. If you think this game plays weird with time Um, and the whole concept, the you just wait until I play Finding Paradise eventually. Sometimes this song, not this music, but this song sometimes sounds like something out of Axiom Verge, which I also need to play for this show. I do think that Axiom Verge is better than Super Metroid, which is which is saying something, and this might be the most controversial statement I have said. Okay, so it's funny because it says it's Act 2. I think we're definitely more than halfway through the game. Need the concentration. The way they label acts are weird. They definitely don't conform with this game's 3-act structure, which actually has a pretty rigid 3-act structure. Or at least most games, the 3-act structure is pretty it doesn't fit very well. But this game does have one. And I think that's why so many people wanted it to be a movie. And why it is becoming a movie. There actually is one in production. At least as far as I know as of this recording. Right, but he knew something was wrong if he knew something was wrong when Lily disappeared, and then he just they just snap their fingers and he appears on the moon. Then it's gonna be off. He's not gonna believe it. I'm just trying to save time. I mean, I'm not sure. He certainly seems self-conscious. Oh no, is this going to be like that Star Trek episode where they make the Moriarty hologram and then it turns it accidentally makes him sentient. Bum, bum, bum. What the? At least give me a warning first. I like being ahead. Yeah. Okay, Rutsguard. Okay, that is, I know I say like and subscribe if you got that reference a lot, but that is one that I think you should like and subscribe if you did get that one. I don't think I've ever tried working backwards before, but I am interested to see if it works. Oh no, because I think you only have to. I don't think you have to. I keep thinking you have to do it like a straight line. What? Nom 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 nom. Oh, I wonder if I have to go forward. There we go. Yeah, so I don't think it has to. Let's see. I don't think it has to form a straight line. I think you just have to get them to be yellow, and then... Let's see. Commonality between the phases. Oh, the book. Yeah, so it doesn't... The link still works. I love these little puzzle aspects because, again, they break it up. They break the story up. The game, you know, but it doesn't, you know, it doesn't also get in the way of the story. They're all really easy because if they were hard, then it would just be like, really annoying. Not this time, hun. Eva the Hun. Oh. Move. I don't think I've ever gone and tried to do these guys before. Something is not right. Alright, so they want me to go through the last accessible memory, which is this one. Walk, walk, walk. Dr. Lorenzo von Matterhorn! This kind of actually feels like Soma. If he is... This is actually really disturbing. I'm only kind of just thinking about this now. If he is sentient, or sapient, I should say. If he is sapient, this is... this is actually really dark. I mean... For those of you who haven't played it, Soma is a game where basically one of the main ideas is... One of the really scary ideas is the idea that your existence, you can be just brought up and killed, brought back and killed, and brought back and killed, like, at any point, you know? Which is terrifying. I mean, this game, this game actually does, this game and especially subsequent games go into the ethics of this kind of technology. Oh, man. This is also a bit like, is this like messing with... Oh, wait, no, because I think it said that... I think this is all happening in the computer, not in the... Oh, that line... I never really thought about that line. That line is actually really... I can't believe I never realized what that line was like why she said that. Okay, I also love that the banner looks like a film strip. I didn't notice that before either. I can't believe I never realized what the line is. I'm not gonna say it right now because it's yeah. So anyway, I think they said like I think they say somewhere like I think they say somewhere that that like they do all the stuff, all the memory temporation, all that gets stored in the computer, and then it gets added to the brain, after they've finalized it. So I think that that's probably what's happening here. Oh man, I should have checked the other rooms to see if... I think there are some things that change, but I can't remember. My name is Detective J.J. Bittenbinder. And I'm here to tell you, orange juice, brush your teeth, and boom, orange juice. That's life. Street smarts. Wow, that was terrible. I was gonna say it's impossible to do. Well, I think you can go on the Rings of Saturn. I was gonna say it's pretty impossible to go to Venus because you would die immediately. But one, that shows I'm a huge nerd, and two, that also means but this is literally... I think there hasn't been a moon mission since like 72. So then again, the idea that he going to the moon is also pretty far fetched, and you can literally do whatever. So Nick and Johnny are just like, ugh. I thought it was as big as Asia. Maybe I'm misremembering. Random person. I knew that. Get out of here with your facts and take your EpiPen with you. Groupies. That's the best perk of being rich and famous. Of course it didn't. Report utter failure. I would love it if you could get that, on games with scoring systems. If you just do terrible, it's just utter failure. Oh, this is so funny. Okay, this part's not funny. This part is like, really, dude, not cool. She doesn't need health care, though. I mean, the riddles, when you put the emphasis on things like that, the riddle is not a riddle. Whatever. I love this part. I don't know, it's funny, I think. Dag nabbit, glass, slippery, Johnny. What the cucumber? I like the idea that he just like. I think it's slightly unclear, but I think you could make an argument that she like teleported him to midair, and then he just like fell to the floor. Well, this is not working. It's ridiculous. You did it? Exactly. He does have some calls to make. So this video is definitely running long. I don't know what time I'm at because I'm not looking at the OBS. But this is gonna be most of the next video is gonna be a lot shorter than this. So if you're worried about that, then I guess don't be. Or do be. I don't know. I don't care. Doesn't make sense. Why did there she no effect? This is an interesting part. I didn't really even know you could do this with It's funny when you actually know, like I do, it seems so obvious. Dang. Sunrises and sunsets, man. Pretty much, like, anytime after the sun gets fully up in the sky, it's just, it's pretty boring. But, you know, the evening, the dusk, the dawn, the sunrise, and the night are all, like, the best times of day. In my opinion, of course. And as we all know, my opinions are objectively fact. I can't even say that with a straight face. There is some vital information that he found. Shh! Yes, I'll be in after. Now shush! Oh man, now I'm thinking of that Jimmy Kimmel. I think it was Jimmy Kimmel. I haven't seen it, but I've heard about it. Where that thing where they make their kids like they tell their kids it's a Friday when it's Saturday. They make them, I don't know, go to the bus stop. I don't think I've ever done that. What was with that whole thing? Okay. I think I did do that, though. Yeah, seriously. Oof. That. Yeah, that seems fair. I actually wonder why he didn't. Did River not want him? I don't. I don't see why she wouldn't want him, but I also don't see why not. Oh yeah, it's honestly kind of tough to have to there have been houses that mean a lot to me that were owned by someone else. And it's always weird, Obviously, I don't blame the people who own the house, but yeah. No, he did not. I think there's another pair of scientists in the second game. Well, I know there's another pair of scientists in the second game. I think one of them was in maintenance. There's always the one thing. Ahem. Forgot my coffee. It smells! Quit barging in and out of doors. The road, Eva, it smells! I know it's your fault for running over it. What's going on? The children are still sleeping. Wait a minute. What? I think that's actually true. I've smelled things before that reminded me of a memory. Like it would feel like there was a memory that was like constantly on the edge of resurfacing, but never did. Yeah. I mean, to be fair, she does do enough manual labor. Yeah, seriously. I mean, those gardens don't tend themselves, I swear. I mean, those look like the Freebird birds. Like the logo. Yeah. It's actually a really important conversation that I I think I'm missing. Well, I think that is missable. Well, this is certainly part of it. So yeah, I think if you don't click on them, painkillers. This was, I think, I mean, this game came out in 2010, and I think that was during the opioid epidemic, but like before it became, it was the juggernaut of death that it was. Oh, right. I was so distracted by the painkillers. Is that possible? Can you like just contain smells? Yeah. So it's funny because if you poke it, and then it'll deflate, and then if you come out, if you go to the kids with the kids to the lighthouse, they'll like yell at you for it. That's mine. Whoa, that actually lagged a bit. You just walked into a wall. I was in deep thought. You know how deeply I think. It was a rather strong concrete wall. Kneel. I'm gonna take you. Certainly. About time you showed up. Oh no! Is he gonna die? I mean, yeah, he's dying. They only do this ritual on people who they know are gonna die. Act 3. So we're going to get to the scene that I've been building up to. Again, if you play this game, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Yeah. I mean, can't you just kick it to outer space? I mean, you're in the virtual world, so... Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Ba 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 ba. I love this part. Get out. What? Get out of his memory now. What are you talking about? Why are you getting out then? Oh, you freak. Don't pull like a giant. This ain't a movie, and you're. I mean, it's technically. I would love it if in the movie, if it ever gets finished, if they had to be like, this ain't a video game. Alistar might be the. Alistar is the. I think he might be the one of the scientists from the second game. Wait, for a second I thought I heard the music. The game's music. Was it like extra diegetic? For those of you who don't know, diegesis means in the basically anything that happens in the universe of the story. And guess what? Your carrot cake sucks. Wait a minute. Yeah, and that was. I think the Christmas party is one of the minisodes, which I actually have not played. So those are going to be bonus episodes. Although those are probably going to be put on hold after I'm done with the. After I'm. Oh wait, no. I think I have to. Yeah. After like Halloween's over and. I don't know. I'm planning on doing the minisodes, finding Bird Story and Finding Paradise once we know and the dirt as a build up to the Imposter Factory's release, and then once Imposter Factory comes out, I'll play that. So now we get to see itty bitty baby Johnny. Oh, by the way, there's gonna be something really messed up happen. So just fair warning. Yeah. There's the roadkill. I hope. Oh, look at the time. Oh, I know what's happening. Oh no. Wait, did she actually swear? I wasn't reading fast enough. If you, I swear, if you get me demonetized, Diva. By the way, just like the last video of this, if I ever get any money from this video, I'll donate it to the Autistic Self-Advocacy Network, which is basically the Anti-Autism Speaks. Oh, yeah. Yep. this part. This part's brutal. Slept on a bunk bed. Oh, it wasn't her. She didn't mean to. It was an accident. I mean, I can understand why there's a crowd forming. Yeah. So I get why there's a scene forming. I also, it's just kind of natural to want to check out what's happening, but but also it's not really helping. Yep. Oh man, the slugs actually freaked me out. There's actually one of the only parts I can vividly remember. One of them was of a social interaction with the awkward alien character. Social interaction gone wrong for obvious reasons. One of them was someone who, like a little kid who I remember in these are kids books, by the way. I remember there's a little kid who like is crying for her mom because they have to take the slugs out occasionally for some reason. And anyway, it's like really, it's actually like, again, it disturbed me enough that I actually still remember it. So basically, what? Basically, how kids get books normally. Yeah, that's true. Although it's the mom's problem, not his. I mean, the favoritism. I don't. She's actually. I mean, no one obviously deserves to have what happened to her happen. But but like she's also a pretty terrible parent. Joey's little commie. Oh, yeah, let's go confuse the neighbors. Honestly, woman, do you think you can call yourself mother? Hey. Wait, what? Okay. I was like, It must have the game must have not updated its information yet. Every song of this game slaps. If you disagree, fight me. Yeah, they are. I love Neil. He's awesome. Absolutely not. Oh, come on. You don't care about anything, Eva. That's not true, but... I really hate these types of games. Not a dumpling. You're bluffing. He's like, yeah, I am bluffing. Yeah. For FPS were invented. Oh yeah. The keyboard and gamepad are probably not a good idea for this. I actually wonder if you can say no, because you do get a memory link, but it might give you a memory link if you just say no. Come on. Gah! What is going on with you, mouse? It's all the mouse's fault. It's not mine. Interesting how the music gets louder. Okay, you're just telling them what she wants to hear. It's almost like you can't actually read the future. Okay. So Johnny kind of takes on Joey's persona subconsciously, which is an interesting idea. Two random scientists come up in lab coats and start talking to this 5-year-old. For some reason, I have it in my mind that he's 5. I don't think there's any textual evidence to support that. But, Alright, we're coming up on the scene. And I might shed some tears. There's one part that I always get choked up on. Yeah, I love stargazing. I actually went and saw the comet earlier this summer, and it was really cool. There's just something so human about stargazing, you know? I don't know of any other species that looks up into the night sky and, you know, can just contemplate things. They also aren't in North America, which is where I presume this takes place in. Oh man, I stayed up all night one time. Um, it was not fun, and I decided I never wanted to do it again. Okay, this is definitely an Eternal Sunshine like an Eternal Sunshine message. Something orange, not tigers though. Also, not a thing. Someone. You know who it is at this point. Oh, she's so cute. She's so cute. So is Johnny too, but I have, there's reasons I have a fondness for River. Oh yeah, I definitely. You think you're going to be alone someplace? You think you're going for some solitude, and then someone's like, "Hey!" and you're like, "Uh-oh." So this wasn't the first time. This was not. Oh, sorry. No, this was the first time they met, but Johnny didn't remember it at all. I'm curious. Let me know in the comments if you've pieced it together yet. Again, I know what it is, but that's just because I've played it like 5 times before. I don't know how many times I've played this. I also love this scene. It's honestly amazing how emotional you can make you can make a game without any with just illustrations and sprites and some amazing music. Just look at them. Yes. I mean, this is her spot, Yeah. Oh, that sucks. That sucks. But I too am a proud member of Weird Names Anonymous. I mean, considering that why the British are there, then probably. I really need to, I'm a very political person, and I think all media is politics, and bringing it up is important. But I also think like sometimes for a game like this, I kind of want to make it as minimal as possible. Yeah, here come the feels. I don't know if I'll actually cry yet, but I feel like crying. I love this. Is this a guitar? I love how simple it is. It's only one instrument. Oh, I'm literally feeling chills right now. So she was trying to get him to to remember with the rabbits. The scene explains like so much. This scene explains his desire to go to the moon. The scene explains the rabbit. The scene, this is why I call it the scene, because if you play the game, this is probably the scene, the first scene you think of. If you finish the game, I should say. The lighthouses. Oh, I saw there were lighthouses. Oh, yeah, I know how that feels, River. I know. Shine the lights of the other lighthouses and at me. I'm going to befriend one of them. Yeah, I think that is like a lack of coordination is also a symptom, or I shouldn't say symptom, a trait of autism. Oh, they're so cute and so sweet. Like, this is such a tender scene. As sad as this game is, there are some parts that just get me right in the heart, and they just make me... this is a weird, mixture of feelings this scene has. Here's the WAM line. We can always regroup on the moon. I'm surprised he didn't cry again. I don't know. He just wants to be with her again. Don't you dare insult her. Okay, Javert. Alrighty. Unfortunately, that is where I must leave you for today, esteemed viewers. We're gonna save over this one just to make sure if there's something wrong with the recording, I can and thank you so much for watching. Thank you for listening to me. This is a very personal topic, and please play this game. It's super good, and it deserves your support. And if you like this video, give it a like. If you want to be notified when the next video comes out, subscribe and ring the bell. Please, normally I'm just like, yeah, share it if you want, but please do share this to anyone who who is autistic or who has a child with autism, especially if they've only recently been diagnosed and they're actually like seriously considering ABA, or someone who is practicing ABA or whatever, send this to anyone who you think wants this, who is even remotely interested in this, please. And again, I don't want to profit off of this, so any money I raise will go to the Autistic Self Advocacy Network, which also you can find a link to below, as well as some articles about why ABA is terrible, and my Twitter and Letterboxd. Wow, 2 hours. So thank you for watching, esteemed viewers. And until next time, I'll see you later. Bye bye.